Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. Here's the story. This carpet is at least, I think it's at least 15 years old. It could be even as much as 20. I came here for the first time we thought maybe about 10 years or so ago, and it actually looks much worse than this. This isn't as bad as I've seen it, I can assure you. I've got 2 rooms up here, and then actually 3 rooms downstairs, which I've never cleaned, and 2 of them look as bad as this. And what was happening is she actually fosters little kids, like really little kids, and so there's everything you can imagine on here, and then some. Toddlers is what she's been fostering. She loves the little kids. It's wonderful. But anyway, she'd been getting it steam cleaned, and she'd get it steam cleaned, and within just a few weeks, all the stains, and these are urine stains and upchuck stains and food stains and just life. And all the stains would just come back within just a few weeks, and she was very frustrated. So one day she called up Oxy-Dry, and she told me she needed the carpet cleaned. I come, and it looked actually quite a bit worse than this. The other room, which I'll show you in a sec, had just huge urine stains all over the place. Anyway, I cleaned it. I got them out. They never came back, and I've been cleaning these carpets ever since. She's just very, very happy the way that turns out. I mean, the carpets are really massacred, terribly abused, and there's usually at least a few little spots that do remain, but not the urine stains. And that one I think remained last time, and I'm not sure if I don't think it's slime. It could be, but I think it's actually some sort of a glue. I don't know what it is. It wouldn't budge, whatever it is. So, in a situation like this, it's inevitable. You get at least something that's permanent, but I will get all these spills and bodily functional things out of the carpet anyway. And of course, this stabilized CO2, which I have in the tank at 3,000 parts per million, will address the bacteria and germs and odors as well. So let's go let's go clean a carpet. Anyway, yeah, let's go. Yeah, this one was really, really bad before too, and I think we've got. I'm not sure if that's furniture stain or rust. It looks like furniture stain to me. So, if that, come to think of it, I think they've been there for a while, and they'll be permanent. Wood dye stain is permanent. So anyway, and there was big urine stain in there. I see something in there a little bit maybe, but yeah, there's just urine stains everywhere. Although these are mostly new stains, but every time I come here, it's just all over the place. Yeah, lots of fun. That'll be one of the kids. There's 4 of them now, I guess. She was just telling me that I think she had 2. But anyway, now she's got 4. Anyway, look at that. That, my friends, is what you do. Now, what I've done is I did pre-spray the carpet fairly well with Procyon Extreme, and then I went and vacuumed the rest downstairs, and it's had plenty of time to sit here and do its thing. I find Procyon as a standalone cleaner, I don't really find it works out great, but it certainly seems to work well as a pre-spray, but it really does benefit from a dwell time. But look at that, eh? And now in the tank, I have my normal Nanomax at 1.5 ounces per gallon. and then I boosted it with Omega Citrus at 2 ounces per gallon. Oh, look at that. That looks like it's coming out. Well, that's good. We'll come back to that in a sec. Looks better anyway. And of course, this is the Oxy-Dry fiber pad. It really is the best option when you're dealing with something that's really badly stained up. It'll just cut through the stains. And this is again where I will insist the rotary really is superior to the OP, because it will cut through the stains, particularly when you're using the right attachment, the right pad. In this case, the Oxy-Dry fiber pad. When I've used my OP in the past, and I put a fiber pad on, one of the things I noticed pretty quickly is that, I found really frustrating, is that because of the oscillating motion, the fiber pad tends to ball up underneath. They get tiny little balls of fiber, and then that interferes with its ability to really work at the carpet, because it's almost like these little balls of fibers are acting like bearings, and the pad is not really contacting properly. So I quickly decided I didn't like using fiber pads with my OP machines. There was a stain there, and that's completely gone. So just take your time and let the machine do its thing. And the thing about the key to this, by the way, and let's talk about the wicking and why this carpet was so rapidly resoiled when it was steam cleaned. The reason is really very simple. Well, a couple of reasons why. One, it's a looped carpet. And the looped carpets, what happens is when you clean them, if you penetrate the water that you're cleaning with, from steam cleaning, obviously, you get it down into the backing of the carpet. The only way it can dry is it has to come up the yarn and into the air. But what happens with a carpet that's a loop is the loop, the loop shape, here's the yarn, it's a loop, as opposed to a cut pile, where the yarn, comes to an end, and then the top of the carpet is up here. With a loop, it's like this. Top of the carpet is on one side of the loop, but the loop holds moisture under the loop. That's one reason why the looped carpets, like Berbers, for example, have a tendency to wick very easily. It's simply a matter of the physics involved in moving the moisture out of the carpet and into the air through capillary action. And that's why a Berber carpet will often take quite a long time to dry. You'd almost think it shouldn't, because they're so low pile or whatever. But that's what's happening. One of the things that's happening is the loop holds the moisture. That's one thing. The other thing that happens is you put your wand under the carpet, and because it's such a very low pile carpet, it can create, depending on the carpet, it can create vacuum lock, or a degree of vacuum lock, where you actually are constricting the amount of air flowing into the tool, so that it limits its ability to pull the moisture out of the carpet. And without really good flow of air, you end up with more moisture being left behind. And of course, when on a really low pile carpet and you pull the trigger and 300 to 500 pounds of pressure from the spray jet hits the carpet fiber, That's when the soil is dislodged from the carpet. That's when the cleaning actually happens. And the suction just removes what's been emulsified, knocked off the fibers. But the physical action of the water striking the carpet fibers is where the soil is dislodged, and then it is emulsified, and then the airflow sucks the emulsified soils and water back up, but obviously it doesn't get it all out. The difference between that and the SETT method is because we're able to control much more precisely how much water is going on, because the water solution is actually, the water is actually basically scrubbed into the fiber with the carpet fiber with either your scrubbing pad, which this is, or your extraction pad, depending on how you do it. But you're actually controlling the moisture a lot more carefully that way. And that's one of the reasons why I'm a firm believer that the shower feeding is a superior way to go over spraying in of any sort. And when I do pre-spray, by the way, which I did to this carpet with the Procyon, I don't soak the carpet. I'm just doing a light spray for the most part. In some areas I put a little bit heavier, but I'm not. Back in the day when I used to steam clean, you know, the idea was that you'd take your spray and there's a spot there, and you would put the tip right down on top of the spot and pull the trigger, and even when you're pre-sprayed, you would just drive the solution into the carpet. And of course what you're doing is you're actually driving the stain into and through the carpet. You don't really want to do that. Now there's a spot right there on the edge which I'm trying to get with the fiber pad. It's coming. The other one came out pretty much. And my customer is well aware that there's almost certainly going to be some permanent stains here. There's these weird color. That's some kind of like hard thing. I don't know what that is. But anyway, we do know there's permanent stains on this carpet. She knows that. And she's quite happy to accept that. Because the worst of the stains, which really concern her, is all of the big blotches from the urine and the upchuck and the other stuff. That's her concern. And that I can easily get out, as you can see. I mean, this carpet is looking amazing, as usual. Okay. Look at that, eh? So we're going to switch over to an Iron Man. Oh, I just lost my power. There we go. So I'm going 300 RPM. Gives me about 125 passes more per minute on the carpet per minute than a standard low-speed rotary. Noisy little kid. He's a nice little kid though. Had a rough start to his life though. She told me the story when I was here a couple of years ago. Poor little kids. Sometimes they go through some real difficult stuff. But he's happy now. That's good. He's happy and he's loved. That's important. And I'm cleaning his carpet for him. We'll make it look good. And have it sanitized and deodorized. And this stabilized CO2, which I've got in the tank at 3,000 parts per million, is a hospital-grade disinfectant deodorizer. It's actually a soft surface sanitizer, so it's nice to be able to give the customer that sort of a reassurance of what you're doing. And then the cleaning product, at least the Nanomax that is my main cleaner anyway, is 97% food-grade plant-based ingredients. Okay, we're going to go to the other room. Okay. Now we'll do this one. Well, the spots right there, they didn't come out the last time I was here. I don't remember how long they've been here for, but again, I think there's some sort of a glue or something. It feels hard, something that's really changed the texture of the carpet fiber. So, you know, there's different types of stains that can be permanent, and glue is often a permanent stain. It's just the nature of glue. If I remember correctly, I think that she told me that she had 2 or 3 little children, and they're all from the same family. And it's nice that she's big-hearted woman. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. And she really loves these kids. You can just tell the way she talks to them, and yeah, that's a wonderful thing. Some people rescue dogs, and some people rescue children. So back when I first started cleaning these carpets, the carpet cleaner that she'd been getting, steam cleaning, I basically told her that the reason the carpet wouldn't clean properly, why it would resoil, was the carpet needed to be replaced. That was 10 years ago. I've been cleaning it, and obviously the carpet didn't need to be replaced. It just needed to be properly cleaned with the SETT method. So soil extraction transfer technology is providing a far better cleaning service for this lady than what the steam cleaning was doing, because it just simply wouldn't clean properly and it wouldn't stay clean. The stains all came back, so this worked better. Cleans better, dries faster, lasts longer. That's our one of our slogans, actually. Yeah, that's not coming out. And this one seems to be a permanent stain as well. This is my suspend. We'll give it a bit more of a shot there, and I will see what happens here. Well, look, we got it. Okay, we're looking a lot better. Better. Not perfect though. We're not going to get a carpet like this looking perfect. It is in such deteriorated shape. But, and don't forget now, of course, it'll actually look better as it over the next few hours as it fully dries, and as the stabilized CO2 continues to work at basically lightening and brightening the carpet. It always looks amazing in the end. And anyway, we're going to run the put the Iron Man pad on there.
Spoke to an unnamed member of the Navy who witnessed these first and said this.
Okay. We'll run over it with the Iron Man pad. All those nasty urine and other stuff stains are gone. There's a couple of permanent stains, like the glue right here. That's obviously a permanent stain. And the carpet, you know, it's not a perfect looking situation. This carpet it's just been so terribly abused, and I'm cleaning it once a year. This carpet really should be cleaned every 3 months. The kind of wear and tear and spills and everything that go on this carpet once a year is not a realistic amount of time. The carpet is recommended to be cleaned once a year under ideal conditions. You know, shoes off at the door, a couple of people, no pets, no kids. You know, all of that, but you know, and then for some reason people have it stuck in their head that all they need to do is clean the carpet once a year, and then abuse the carpet like crazy and get it really soiled and stained up and everything, and you need to clean the carpet before it gets to that point, and every situation is different. And this carpet is really getting terribly treated. And one of the reasons is because out there, that wooden floor is also in terrible shape and not well cleaned and cared for, so everything's getting tracked in. You know, so it's more than simply the carpet that's the issue. It's the floor out there. And by the way, I did sort of look at it. It's beyond hope, way beyond hope. The finish is coming off all over the place, and it's a terrible thing. Really is. So anyway, I can still make the carpet look good, and it makes her happy, and it's sanitized and deodorized and looks good again, so we're good to go. So let's have a quick look at the pad. I don't think it's all that soiled, because it just doesn't get an actual lot of soil buildup in here, because at least she's cleaning it with the Oxy-Dry system, the SETT method, and that makes a difference. But let's have a look. Yeah, see, it really isn't all that soiled, really. It's just the stains. Anyway, I'll let you go. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.